In this movie, a dead man returns from the dead and takes revenge on the people who murdered him. As the movie starts, we see 4 friends sitting inside a restaurant. There were 3 boys and 1 girl in the group. One of the boys was named Mike. Since Halloween was coming, they were discussing what kind of prank they should do this year. Mike suddenly says, "Like every year this time too, I will torture Jacob. We are going to bully him badly." Actually, Jacob was a very innocent boy. Every Halloween, Mike and his friends used to make fun of him. Hearing this, their female friend immediately tries to stop them. She says, "Why do you people always target Jacob? What mistake has he even made?" But Mike laughs and replies, "The answer is in your question itself. We tease him every year, and now it has become fun for us." The girl also warns her best friend, who is part of the group. She tells her not to join them in hurting Jacob. But when nobody listens to her, she angrily leaves the restaurant. After this, Mike and his friends finish eating and walk toward the manager to pay the bill. The manager casually mentions that Halloween is getting close. Then he asks, "So, what are your plans for Halloween?" Mike smirks and replies, "We are going to torture a boy badly this year. It's going to be fun." Surprisingly, the manager also becomes interested. He says, "Really? Then I want to see it too. I want to know how you people torture him." At first, Mike refuses. He says, "No, this plan is only for me and my friends." But the manager keeps insisting. Finally, Mike agrees to take him along. Now the movie reveals who Jacob actually was. Jacob was a mentally challenged boy. He could not think very clearly, and because of this, people often made fun of him. He loved eating candy, especially candy corn. He always carried it inside a small pumpkin basket. Later, Jacob arrives at a Halloween festival where he was working. The festival owner tells him to work properly and says, "Remember one thing, don't do anything that embarrasses us in front of the guests." Then the owner tells him that the show is about to begin, so he should get ready quickly. But the moment Jacob steps outside, Mike and his friends are already waiting for him. They immediately start teasing and humiliating him. However, this time Jacob had become tired of suffering everything silently. To protect himself, he pushes Mike away. He only wanted them to stop hurting him, but Mike becomes furious. He starts beating Jacob brutally. Soon, his friends also join him. They beat Jacob so badly that he dies right there. Nearby, Mike's female friend was secretly watching everything. Later that night, Mike and his friends return home. But shockingly, none of them feel guilty for taking Jacob's life. Instead, they blame Jacob himself. On the other side, when the festival owner discovers Jacob's dead body, he becomes extremely angry. He carefully lifts Jacob's body and takes him inside. Then, he places a mysterious mask over Jacob's face. After this, he begins performing a strange ritual. And because of that ritual, a dark soul enters Jacob's dead body. Suddenly, the injured Jacob comes back to life. Now, he has returned for only one purpose: revenge. Elsewhere, Mike's female friend goes to the town sheriff. She tells him everything about Jacob's murder and explains who was responsible for it. The sheriff says that he understands the situation, but no official report has been filed yet. However, the moment he learns that his own son was involved in torturing Jacob, he refuses to believe it. Without wasting any time, he goes directly to the festival owner and asks, "Where is Jacob? What exactly happened to him?" But the owner lies to him. He says, "You misunderstood the situation. Jacob was not dead. He was only injured, so I sent him home to rest." Actually, the owner hides the truth because Jacob's death has still not been officially recorded. After this, the sheriff visits Jacob's house and knocks on the door, but when nobody answers, he leaves from there. Later, Mike's female friend meets another one of her friends. He tells her that the sheriff investigated everything and discovered that Jacob is still alive. Hearing this, she immediately feels relieved. Thank God, Jacob survived. Meanwhile, the restaurant manager who helped kill Jacob was happily talking to someone. He proudly says that this Halloween was the most exciting one of his life. "For the first time, I actually had fun." A little later, he enters the restroom. There, he notices Jacob's pumpkin basket lying nearby. It is filled with candy corn. As he reaches out to eat one of the candies, suddenly, Jacob appears behind him. Before the manager can react, Jacob brutally rips open his stomach and kills him. Jacob has now taken revenge on one of the people responsible for his death. Soon, the sheriff arrives at the crime scene and starts investigating. He notices candy corn scattered all over the floor. During the investigation, he learns that the manager was also part of the group that tortured Jacob. At that moment, the sheriff becomes suspicious. He starts believing that Jacob himself is behind these murders. Shortly after, Mike's female friend arrives there with her best friend. The sheriff explains the entire situation to them. Later, they go and inform Mike and the others about everything, but Mike refuses to believe it. He says Jacob can never murder anyone. Hearing this, everyone convinces themselves that they were only overthinking the situation. But while leaving, one of Mike's friends suddenly notices something strange nearby. It was Jacob's pumpkin basket. He becomes confused and wonders how it got there. Suddenly, Jacob attacks him from the darkness. He violently pins him against the wall and rips out his spine. The boy dies instantly. Meanwhile, the sheriff becomes fully convinced that Jacob is the killer. He once again visits the festival owner and questions him, but the owner repeats the same lie. He claims that Jacob was only injured and sent home to rest. While they are talking, another police officer suddenly arrives. He informs the sheriff that one more of Mike's friends has been murdered. The sheriff rushes to the location and once again finds candy corn scattered everywhere. Now all his suspicions are confirmed. After this, the sheriff goes back to Jacob's house to search for him, but Jacob is nowhere to be found. Instead, under the bed, the sheriff discovers an old dead body. It was Jacob's mother. Realizing how dangerous the situation has become, the sheriff decides to find Jacob personally. Before leaving, he warns his son Mike to stay inside the house. He tells him, "Do not step outside. Your life is in danger." Later, Mike's female friend and her friend are hanging out. The girl goes inside, and when she comes back out, she sees the dead body of the boy. She doesn't understand what is happening. Meanwhile, Jacob follows her. He rips out her tongue. Because of this, she dies. The sheriff arrives at the place where the friends were. He wants to check if they are all right. When he goes inside, he sees their dead bodies. He understands everything now. He calls his son Mike. He says, "All your friends are dead. Do not come outside. Stay home because Jacob is coming for you." But Mike gets angry. He leaves the house and goes to the carnival. He wants to ask the owner what the problem is. But then one of the owner's men knocks him out. The sheriff reaches home and searches for his son, but he is gone. He sees the festival owner there. He points a gun at him and asks, "Where is my son?" But Bishop attacks him from behind and knocks him out. Then the owner cuts off his head with a knife. He dies instantly. Mike wakes up and sees that he is tied to a chair. There is no one around him. He is helpless. Then he sees the sheriff's car approaching. He is happy to see his father's car. He thinks his father has come to save him. But he is wrong. His father is not in the car. His head is on the car. Seeing the severed head, Mike starts crying. He knows he will be killed now that his father is gone. Everyone is dead. No one is left. Then Jacob appears in front of him. He plans to torture and kill him. He rips Mike's arms off his body. Then he pulls out his teeth one by one. He kills him slowly.